I think it's Mr. Owens' passion, and I think it's his dedication, and I think it's not that they come together and just sing, but he educates them as well. He's put together a whole curriculum to help educate not only the children, but the parents on, personal growth as a child, as a parent, recognizing warning signs in others, recognizing hurt in others, how to be a better person, how to live a better life, how again to give and live outside of just your own little world and yourself. And so you can see all that come together in their music. Mr. Owens and the Honor Choir is one of those rare individuals and organizations who is entirely unself-serving, entirely sacrificial, and makes a positive difference that you don't even see in the community. So while we might be little, we are mighty. I would say, there's a song, "The Children Are Our Future," and that is very true. Not only the children that are in the honor choir who are learning to be better citizens, learning to be better people, learning how to resolve conflicts peacefully, learning how to recognize differences in other people. And again, I keep going back to learning to live outside themselves in their own narrow world and worldview. But then supporting the children that kind of get lost, the children who need the Children's Advocacy Center, and recognizing that. So I would say, you know what, if you have any interest in a better world for us, for our children, this is the type of organization you want to support.
Our efforts is to help children in our choir to be understanding that they can be golden to their own families by making great decisions all the time. And there's really no reason, there's no excuse for being a brat. The point is that you can always make great decisions that benefit somebody else. So that's kind of where we go in our training. So you get the idea into the kids' hearts that decisions are important, that having made bad decisions leads to harm. Making great decisions make you golden, makes your parents helps grow your family, and as you grow up, you will have the whole mindset about how to make great decisions yourself, which is what I try to stress to the parents. Your kids, the kids who are in my choir, are the ones that are going to be in charge of agencies, they're going to be in charge of committees, they're going to be the ones who have the initiative to get out there and help fellow human beings. They're loving, giving, smart kids. Does the robustness of their singing reflect that they understand that? I would say absolutely, and the reason I say that is not just because I see it. A very nice thing that happened to our choir a few months ago was that after a summer workshop in Port Aransas, we sang on Sunday morning at a church in Corpus Christi. After the service, the kids are finding their parents and whatnot, and I'm in the center aisle. This man steps in the aisle and comes up to me and compliments the kids on what look they've got and what sound they have. He loved the fact that they seemed passionate about what they were singing. Their faces glowed. They looked exactly like they meant what they were singing. So the songs we were singing were really powerful songs. One is called "I Am His Child," and one is called "We Sing for the Children Who Have No Voice, Who Have No Choice." Both of those songs are our signature songs. So the man complimented the kids on how well they were singing them, and he said to me something about the way they looked was just beautifully, just lovely singing, lovely kids. And I asked him, I appreciate your comments, but how would you be a person who knows about vowel production and choral music? He says, well, I'm a director of the Houston Boys Choir. So I said, wow, how nice to be meeting you. And so we talked a little more. I said, I would love for my kids and your kids to get together and let's have a joint concert. So from that conversation, and the specific point is that he made the point of how the kids looked and how their voices sounded. That was the idea of us collaborating with the Houston Boys Choir on a concert that we did. So I'm thinking the answer is yes. You can see it in their faces. Many times I've been asked about what do I see in kids, and I say, well, they glow. They just glow.
My first We Sing for the Children event is something that I hold near and dear to my heart because I That day I understood what the choir meant and what role we played. And also when we went to Boston, that was another big experience because we not only got to explore, got to write a song with Jim Papoulis, but we also went to visit another Children's Advocacy Center and we helped them raise money. So not only were we helping our Children's Advocacy Center here in Bastrop, but we were helping one out in Boston.
I'm really happy for being in the choir for almost 5 years, and I've made so many good friends along the way, and I've learned a lot of stuff, and I've traveled. You know, it was just a really good opportunity for me, and I feel really lucky to being able to be in this choir, and I just hope that more people will know about this choir, and we might, you know, in the future when I'm an adult, I'll be like, whoa, wow, we did good.
The choir is going back to England. We went in 2014. It was a wonderful trip, the first big trip the choir took, and it was an audacious idea to think Little Honor Choir from Little Bastrop could go on an international choir trip. It took a lot of faith and a lot of work, but we made it happen, and the kids have a lifetime of memories from that. It was quite a treat to be invited back to the festival that's happening next summer. That is to say, July of 2023. The International Children's Choir Festival is held every year for the last 27 years. In Canterbury first and then to London. The kids sing in the cathedral with two of the finest children's choir directors in history. And the video that the man makes about promoting that trip, he says, when the kids have heard their voice in the cathedral, they'll never, ever hear it again in the same way. And that's very true. It's a remarkable experience being in the cathedral to sing and a group of kids singing. It's just blooming fabulous. So we are looking for help in order to those kids to go back to the festival next year. So I'd like to make a special invitation to anyone watching this, and that includes families, it includes prospective students, it includes school teachers, it includes business people, everybody in the community who might have an interest in the mission and meaning of the Honor Choir. I'd like very much to talk to you in depth. We can't get enough content in this video to be able to explain the depth of what we're talking about. I feel very passionately and very deeply about the investment these kids have in the choir.